From the heart of the Lowcountry, where the moss hangs low and the vibes get weird after dark. It's just Bryan and Gina, unfiltered, unhinged, and probably a little too honest for daytime. No script, no guests, just laughs, rants, and whatever else slips out after sunset. Broadcasting from the Coastal Solutions Media Studios in Hardeeville, South Carolina. This is Lowcountry Unscripted, After Dark.
Hey, what is going on, Lowcountry? Welcome back to Lowcountry's Unscripted After Dark Edition. My name is Bryan, and fighting out of the live nudes corner for a third night in a row, she is barefoot, beautiful. She is my wife, Gina. Say what's up to the Lowcountry.
Hey y'all, welcome to Lowcountry After Dark. We have quite a few topics to review tonight. It has been a very newsworthy week. Babe, let's talk a little bit about it.
Yeah, an 82-year-old Sun City woman murdered her husband. We got a 40% chance of a tropical wave heading this way, so we'll keep an eye on that. We got a job fair that filled Enmarket Arena. We're going to talk about the Charlie Kirk arrest. I believe Gina knows a good fair amount about that character. He's rewriting. His actions are going to rewrite history, and we're going to talk a little bit about the NFL and the TikTok T-minus 5 minutes to the end, and then Gina and I are going to go over a few of the Lowcountry events that are happening this upcoming weekend. So exciting stuff there.
Very exciting all around.
Yeah.
So, shall we dive right in?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, parents, this one's a little rough. A 75-year-old daycare worker is accused of slamming an infant.
That's right. Gladys Rampersant, she's 75. Apparently, she yanked the child by the arm. She shook him. And then this is from a police affidavit, slammed the infant into a crib and then hit the infant. Which I'm guessing they got to have this on tape, on video.
My guess is probably yes.
I mean, that's the only thing I can think of. But I mean, what a 75-year-old daycare worker. I mean, that's just unbelievable.
Yeah.
It happened at the Sweetgrass Christian Academy. I believe that's in North Charleston. It's off Remount Road. Not to be confused with Rebout Road, but Remount Road in Charleston. She's on a $15,000 bond, and it says that she got out in like 5 hours. I don't know. I don't think it doesn't really matter if there were injuries or not. What do you think? I mean,
as a parent, I don't want anybody putting their hands on my kid.
Well, this daycare at the current time is currently closed, I think for obvious reasons. But I'm sure parents are weighing even bringing their children back there.
Would you want to?
Yes, I would. But I mean, the fact of the matter is like,
no, would you want to bring your kid back to a school that happened? I'm sure the parents are probably like, let's think for a minute.
If there's one, are there more? That's the thing.
Right.
I'm sure. But I mean, if there's cameras around there and they caught this woman, wouldn't it be something if they did like they did at the doggy daycare, or like their parents had access to the... Some
places do that, actually.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Some places do that.
Parents have access to the nanny cams and so forth.
I'm pretty sure that there's a lot of places that do that, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah, I think that's probably a pretty good idea.
This day and age, it is a great idea.
Yeah, so, and moving along, there were 13 car break-ins in one day along one corridor. Lots of broken glass, apparently. These were entering autos, and they happened in the Johnny Mercer, Bryan Woods area on Thursday. So, listen, I mean, last weekend, Gina answered the door to...
Well, I saw a Hardeeville sheriff that...
he knocked on her door.
Knocked on the door, and I just said, is there an issue? Which I didn't think there was one, but I'm like, what's going on? And he said, there's been a report of one of the new builds. The paint, a whole bunch of paint was stolen, and they're trying to see if anybody has video, like ring cam. We notice you have a ring cam. Like, unfortunately, no. We didn't have the video for them.
Yeah, we don't pay for the service, so maybe we should. I mean, yeah.
But we still see it. It's just we don't record. So
There's been a fair amount of stuff going. This isn't the report like of the paint
mm-hmm.
was apparently news to our Facebook group. So there's been other knock and talks in this neighborhood. It's because they leave the damn back gate open.
Yeah.
I'm guessing this stuff's happening. Oh, he said it happened overnight, and I was up then. So yeah, I didn't see anything, but
our street's not very active at night. So
yeah,
I mean, it's rare.
Yeah. So
yeah,
that's going on.
Well, the next one, this is pretty crazy. The fact that the heartbreaking and shocking. Deputies saying about this 82-year-old Sun City woman that shot her husband inside a Hilton Head care facility.
Yeah. Kay Recker, 82. And I believe I know the name of the husband, but I'm not going to share it because the sheriff's office hasn't done it yet. So
her first name's Harriet.
Harriet Kay Recker. She's 82. She was charged with murder and possession of a weapon during the commission of a violent crime. So, and that happened at the Cypress of Hilton Head. I believe that's inside of Hilton Head Plantation. So,
not going to speculate too much on that right now. They just, there's a lot of theories on why, what happened, why she went in. I mean, but to respect the family right now, that's pretty difficult to know that, your one parent or grandparent, intentionally ended the other's life. That's just really hard for any family member, I think, to.
Yeah, I'm not speculating on a motive. I'm just saying that this is the woman, and she lived in Sun City, and it happened at a nursing home inside a Hilton Head Plantation. And I mean, but the thing of it is I really think, look at, I don't think this is the first time around here we've heard of this. I mean, I've heard it not too long ago, a Sun City couple tried to or did murder themselves, or, people get old. And I don't know, they may have some pack or some kinds of decisions that I don't know. And I just think that there needs to be some kind of rules around maybe when you go into a care facility, a senior care facility, or one of these memory, like Memory Matters facilities where people are there with dementia, probably metal detectors at the doors would be a handy idea. Like a little bit. I mean, I know they must have security there.
They're supposed to.
Yeah. So I mean,
doors that lock and open and stuff.
Put one at the door, because I think that's what we're going to have to do in order to, get, to take care of a situation like this.
So crazy.
Yeah. So Gina's got a connection to this one. Blue lights on 278, and a cyclist was airlifted near Arrow Road. And Gina was on her way to work, and she watched it happen. Let's tell us about that, Gina.
It's not a whole lot to say, but I saw the tail end of it. So right as they flew off their freaking bike, it was so fast, and the fire chief or whomever got there so quickly. Thank goodness they shut the road down. I was already turning left anyway, so that's why I saw what I saw, was because I was literally right there at that intersection, ready to turn left. So
yeah, and I don't know if this is a situation that, well, you can tell us, I guess. Would the the separated bike path facilities, or the
people are trying to beat the light, and they fly through that intersection all the time. It happens on Hilton Head all the time. The people just blow through the light, or they just aren't paying attention, or things like that, because, even with this new cell phone law in place, people are still on their phones doing whatever. I made a conscious effort to keep my phone in my purse. I've done pretty good.
Awesome. Cool story. So let me ask you, do you think this separating the roads and the bike paths, that this is going to renew some conversation of that? But would this situation, would the separation of the roadways and the bike paths, would that have helped this situation? Would it have eliminated it from happening, or did this happen?
It was a
crossing.
Happened in a crossing. So. It was a crossing. So unfortunately, the the cyclists, I don't care who they are, the cyclists and the drivers are always going to have issue because nobody can figure out how to like, one give in to the other. You just be mindful of what's around you.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta
Whether you're a cyclist or a driver,
take
make
your
sure
eyes
you know.
off the cell phone, because I mean, look at pedestrians have the right of way. I mean, a pedestrian on a motorcycle, or I mean, a bicycle. I would assume that still is in the pedestrian law within a crosswalk.
But I can say that there's a lot of cyclists and stuff that they try to cross when the light is not for them. Like they do not have that, when the light changes for them, their crosswalk light, they don't, and it's that they're not supposed to do that.
So, Gina, I mean, let me ask you something. So, like, this guy got airlifted.
Mm-hmm.
You watched him get clipped. So, what was the state of his condition when you went by him?
He was
And
like,
explain to, like, the fire chief, I guess, was there already.
well, they like jumped the curb to like block the road off, so they got there really quick, like within under like a minute and a half, it seemed.
And where was this bicyclist laying? Was he in the road? I mean, obviously he was laying in the road. Was he in the middle of the road?
Kind of near the median,
Okay.
like right there.
So the person clipped him was going in your direction or the other direction?
I honestly don't remember.
Oh.
Like it was so fast, and I had to like be mindful and not try to like.
That would have been valuable information to know right there. Was the
Well,
light
I'm
green or
sorry.
red or yellow when he? Well, I guess it was. What was it? Turning red.
It was turning red. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So unfortunately, the guy got airlifted, so he must have been pegged. I know.
Yeah.
Did he get depegged from his cleats from his bike?
He did.
Then well, you know how much force needs to happen to get out of those things, right?
It's the truth.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I didn't see anything like I didn't see any blood or anything. Thank God, because that would have probably freaked me out more. But I saw his back. I didn't see his front, so he's probably all messed up in the front. But
Yep. Well, I'm sure it's going to renew some talks around the Lowcountry of this separated bike path. It's been a hot topic, but again, they have separated bike paths
and they don't use it.
in other places around Bluffton in the Lowcountry, and I've used them before when I was bicycling.
But this was not like a pedestrian who was just chilling on a bike type of guy.
Yeah, I know.
This was a professional cyclist.
Right. So they're supposed to use those bike paths. I've used them. They're inconvenient a little bit because there's some walkers on them. But aside from that, like the one that goes along the Bluffton Parkway, they ride in the Bluffton Parkway in the right lane, and there's a bike path right next to them. So even if they do some type of infrastructure expansion program for the separated bike path, they're not going to use them because they don't use them now, just like Gina said. So I don't know. It's going to renew that probably as a topic, and hopefully this guy's okay. Well wishes to him and his recovery. I'm sure he's down at Savannah Memorial, and we wish him all the best for what's going on. So, and then Enmarket Arena, got filled. So they say filled to the capacity. Jabba Palooza, which I'm sure was a popular event, and mainly because 1,100 international paper employees need a job. And what was it, 1,400, over 2,400 people showed up overall. And, well, I guess a lot of people left there with some offers. So
that's really great, actually. Good to feel that way.
It almost sounds like maybe it was an emergency job fair. But
no, they had said when they announced the paper mill was closing, they had said that they were going to be. The mayor actually talked about it. I remember specifically.
Yeah, they were printing resumes on site. It looks like, some guy said he got 4 to 6 offers.
That's great.
Yeah, man on the street that WJCL talked to. So,
Yay.
yeah, that's good to hear because just recently, outside the banks of the marshes of the Lowcountry, there has been a bad jobs report that just came out. And I think those numbers were misrepresented first, and then they did a correction, and the correction was eye-opening. So that's not a good thing. Not sure why that's happening. But, we've also got, 40% chance of a tropical development for coming off the west coast of Africa. So that's something the Low Country needs to keep an eye on for sure.
Yep, we're not out of the woods yet.
Yeah, Harbor Freight. This is an announcement. Harbor Freight. Get stocked up, Harbor Freight. 40% chance. I mean, look at, we had an 80 or 90% chance on one, I think last week. Overnight went to 0. So we still have to keep our guard up, Low Country, because we know that you're going to run to the, if this thing gets into the Caribbean and is developed and it looks like it's coming this way, we're going to have no toilet paper. There's going to be no gasoline. There's going to be no diesel. There's going to be no generator over at the Harbor Freight. None of that. And so get ready for no water. People are going to buy up all the bottled water. We should probably get some bottled water. We're out of bottled water.
We have some.
Oh, we
just
do?
for the podcast people.
Oh, yep. We take care of our podcast guests here, by the way. I'm glad you brought that up. So, yeah, our guests are, we try to make them at home here in our home, in our studio. So
very true.
Yeah, but we have a lot of fun with it.
Yes, we do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, shall we talk about some national news now?
Well, we first of all, the Mount Pleasant burglar, Mount Pleasant break-in.
Last local story.
Yeah, he was arrested here in Jasper County in Hardeeville. He committed some crime here. To what they did not say, and but he, I guess there's some Ring doorbell cam footage of this guy. His charges are burglary and some weapons charges. So obviously he attempted this burglary or committed this burglary with a weapon, but he was caught. That's right. Way to go. If it was Hardeeville City, Jasper County, South Carolina Highway Patrol. I'm glad that we're keeping track and you're getting these warrants on time and, whatever he did. Listen, hopefully he's not one of these cashless bail fellas. We need to start getting these guys when they go to jail. We've got to hold them accountable to the fullest extent of the law for the things that they've done. And that reminds me. So that brings us to, let's get into the news outside the banks of the marsh of the heart of the Low Country. And we're going to talk about what's going on in the rest of the country because it is rewriting history. There's a couple of events. One is was not slated here, but I'll tell you that in Charlotte, North Carolina, did you see that video? By chance.
The train?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. And
He
it was really
stabbed that girl
disturbing.
one time, and I mean, she was an immigrant. She was, she left the Ukraine because of the war. She came here to try to live out the American dream. And
She's literally
she was
sitting
just
there by
paying,
herself.
I don't know if there was any connection between these two. I highly doubt there was a hit out for her. Although I'll tell you, that's what it looked like.
Mm.
It looked like somebody had a hit on this Ukrainian girl. I'm only speculating, but that's just what the video looks like.
It's just disturbing.
Yeah. I hope I think they caught they did catch the guy.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
But
And so,
it's just ridiculous that nobody even attempted to help her.
no, yeah, it took like 2 minutes for some guy to go over and then start helping her. And those 2 minutes, for as much as she was bleeding out, because you see the blood just pool up in front of the doorway, but the train was still moving. It's not like this guy didn't even wait till the train was about to come to an exit. He was stuck, and the rest of these people on the train were stuck with this guy. I mean, he just walked down the car a little bit. That's what it looked like. I didn't know this until the video was released, the full length of, and that's the other thing. I'm glad that right now there's so much video out there, and look, there's no BS. It's coming right out to the media.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, here, watch this stuff, and so, and then what, if that wasn't bad enough, a day or two later, Charlie Kirk is assassinated. That's the word they're using. The government, they're using the word assassinated. And I saw it. I saw the video of him being assassinated, and it's disturbing.
A lot of people saw it.
It is. Gina has not, and it's disturbing.
I won't watch it.
I
because
do
I'm not
believe,
about
though, everybody needs to see it just to understand how disturbing it is. And then you see this guy, he shot him with a 30-06, and he had inscriptions on each. He had each one of the bullets. He what's the word I'm looking for? He engraved.
Yeah, he engraved them.
With an engraver. Look, they're brass casings. So, and and a 30-06 cartridge is about that long, with a casing about that long. But, he had some sayings on there, some Antifa, some of their language or verbiage or whatever, by whatever code of conduct they run by. And so the shocking news, well, not so shocking. This guy was going to get caught. All right. Like when the FBI puts a picture of somebody out there, they've got enough video. They feel like they have enough evidence that if they put a picture out there, they're going to find people that know this person.
And
they did. Gina, tell them who they found.
Well,
or tell them who found the video or who found the pictures.
His father, a 27-year veteran of the Washington County Sheriff's Department, turned his own son in. And I am so thankful that there are people like that in the world that still do that.
Hey, loser. What on earth were you thinking? Your dad's a 27-year member of the Sheriff's Department in the county in which you assassinated essentially a political figure. This guy has taken, it's Changing Point. He started Changing Point, I think, when wasn't it Changing Point? Turning Point. Sorry. My apologies. He started Turning Point right as an 18-year-old out of high school. And I believe he dropped out of college. He's a big man of his faith. He's an expert debater. And he did it in the most polite and meaningful ways possible to at least spark conversation with our young generation, which needs to happen. COVID did a number on this generation, and all he did was try to get them back on track to communicate and to debate issues like human beings. And apparently, this country and the people who live in it have an issue with politics. And it's becoming a big issue to where, I don't care what side of the bed you lay on of the political mattress. But listen, it should never come down to you having to have any thoughts of assassinating somebody because of their beliefs.
Or to silence them so that they don't talk. Like, it's our right to talk about things on this podcast, our opinions.
This is freedom of speech.
It's freedom of speech.
Freedom of speech, freedom of the press. All of these things are very important to the foundation of what built the United States, what built this country. And also, one of those rights is the right to bear arms. But listen, people, I think, ran right away when they heard that it was a high-powered rifle, what I believe was the words that they used, went automatically to the AR-15 platform weapon. Wrong. He had a bolt-action 30-06.
Which is what, a long scope gun?
That is a hunting rifle.
Right.
Yes. And a bolt-action, for those of you who don't know, it is an actual lever that you have to mechanically operate back, and then it's the bolt. You pull the bolt back, another load will round, and you push the bolt forward. But I will say they are the most accurate rifle platform bolt actions are. So more so than semi-automatic. They said it was sort of an expert shot, but an absolute disaster of a plan on his getaway, because apparently he was just dropping little crumbs the whole way. So
just glad they have him now.
Yeah, he wrapped the gun up in a towel, but I think there were some inscriptions on the gun. But the family was saying that, I don't know, there was a family function or a dinner, and it was not too, here in the recent. And he said that he had mentioned about Charlie Kirk going to, Utah Valley University, UVU? Or Utah Valley?
Something, yeah.
Yeah. And that Charlie Kirk was going to be appearing there. And they knew that, he had, in the past year or so, I guess they said he had some really strong political views, and that he disliked Charlie Kirk. I don't think this was a surprise to the family.
Probably not. I mean, maybe it was. I would hope that it was a surprise that he went to that extreme.
But I mean, man, you're an idiot to think you're going to get away with that. And your dad has been with the sheriff's department for 27 years.
God, it's kind of like a Breaking Bad type of thing. It's like, look at.
Well, I mean, I don't look, and like I said, I don't care about what side of the political mattress you sleep on. But
And we're not making this political either.
no, but I mean, it doesn't matter what his parents' politics were. If they have, well, I mean, he's 20. What was he? 22.
Mm-hmm.
What's his name? Tell everybody.
Tyler Robinson.
Tyler Robinson. Yeah, and did you see in his mug shots, he had a.
Just looks like a kid.
Well,
Just a kid. Just
yeah,
a
I know.
basic kid.
He had a bulletproof vest on. Like that's how that. Look at. I can tell you that I think the majority of the country is hotter than fish grease about this.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, I see posts from the left, from the right that this is a line.
The kid is gonna get the death penalty.
Of course, he's going to get the death penalty. That's coming, pal.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is the line I think that people are going to draw in the sand. But what is this line? It really is. This is going to rewrite history. Okay, listen. There's a lot of things to unpack here. Charlie Kirk started turning point. His assassination is going to be the turning point. You watch. It's going to be the turning point. What it's going to do, I don't know. That's just as much as frightening. But this guy gave Charlie and his movement a bigger voice now. And that's what they don't understand when you go and you take actions like this. All you're doing is feeding fuel to the other side. That's all it is.
I can just say, and I believe my aunt said this on Facebook earlier, that your true colors show when something like this happens, like when someone has a death of this magnitude, because yes, this is going to rewrite a lot. It's frightening to know that our country is becoming or has become lawless almost. I mean, it's like the wild, wild west here now.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just look at.
But nobody should be making fun of the fact that this man was shot and killed in front of his family, in front of students that are, just a couple years older than our son is. I mean, terrible. You shouldn't make fun of it. You shouldn't be glad that someone lost their life. Like, that's horrible. And if you are, then please feel free to not watch our podcast anymore. 'Cause I just don't agree with people like that.
Yeah, I mean, look, the bottom line is like, this is a hard topic to discuss because, yeah, I agree with Gina. If you have something bad to say about this, look, this is not okay. None of this is okay. Zero. We should be. Look at if you don't agree with Charlie Kirk and his views, that's fine.
Watch somebody else.
Or
Don't
how
watch
about you
him.
find somebody that leads your movement that can debate and start that movement going to put as much attention around what Charlie was doing with his movement and put it around your movement. And then have your own movement. That's what this country was built on.
It's like, what are we trying to teach our children and our children's children now? Like, oh, you can have an opinion, but make sure you don't talk about it too loud because someone will probably blow your head off when you least expect it.
Listen, we're not alone here. And so he was shot in the neck, but there are people on Facebook. There is one guy on Facebook, and I think this is fantastic. He is taking up the responsibility so that people for example, people don't, if Gina had a different view about this and she was spewing hatred and stuff on Facebook. Here's a good example. I had an acquaintance, somebody I knew from high school, a sister of one of my friends. She was spewing some of this hate. And it was the first bit of that I saw on my Facebook feed to that point. And I went and in defense of what is right, talked to this girl politely. I even said to her, I said, she was deleting comments from people in this post. And I said, right there, you're fueling and promoting the fact of why all of this is wrong, which is, she is taking comments out of your Facebook post is eliminating free speech. You're not you're eliminating there being a chance of people having a back and forth in your comment section. Look, that drives your post to the top of the feed. Apparently, you don't feel as strongly as you said in that post, I guess. So, to that person, you're called out.
I mean, it's simple
Holly
enough.
Youngman. Yeah, Holly right.
It's
Holly
simple
Rydell.
enough if you don't agree with what we have to say, you don't have to listen to us.
But
we're
there's
not,
a guy.
We're not preaching.
So
either.
there's a guy on Facebook who is going out there and he's saying, listen, if you know people like Holly, like I just discussed, and don't let her be confused with the Holly that's going to be on our show this weekend. This is a completely different character.
Yep.
This one is from my hometown. Like I said, went to school with her brother. But anyways, a character like her, this guy is like, hey, if you know them and they're gainfully employed, let me know who they are. Let me know where they're employed at. I'll make the connection with the employer and get them gone. To this point, he's over I mean, he makes a report like every hour.
Yep.
And he's getting like 5-6 people eliminated from their employment over what they're saying about this. So look, it doesn't matter what side of the bed you lay on. Like I said, the majority of the country, in the high 90%, believes the same thing. And that belief is not out of line. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's not 90-some%.
I'm sorry, but if you find joy in someone being killed, then you need to get your head checked.
I mean, have you found any hate spewed through your social feeds yet? Anybody saying bad things? Because this was the only one, which is why I'm placing this in the high 90 percentile. But I'm saying that I don't believe I have followers from both sides of the aisle. Have you seen any?
Well, I haven't posted
negative things about this.
I haven't posted directly about Charlie Kirk at all.
Well, no, neither have I. Or yes, I have, but that didn't come in the comments of that. But what I'm saying is, have you seen any people saying negative things about?
No, I haven't. At least not on my friends' pages or anything. I haven't seen any negativity.
This was the first time I'd seen something.
No, wow.
So,
well,
it is. The bottom line is it's just extremely unfortunate that this happened, and it's even more unfortunate that there are people out there that are just spewing hatred, and they're celebrating the fact that Charlie Kirk was assassinated. That is asinine.
How far we've fallen since 9/11 of 2001. I mean, I think that if everybody who went through that and was like really truly aware of what was going on at that time, we don't behave that way. It just seems like the younger the generations are getting as we're getting older.
Look, it all started with
COVID.
Whoever that was selling CDs outside of a gas station. I can't think of his name. Michael something maybe?
I don't know.
I don't remember. And then we had George Floyd. And then when the George Floyd thing happened, that's when I saw politics divide hard. Things started getting hard. And then
things are getting harder and harder.
There's been multiple different incidences where I can't remember the last one. I think it was the Trump Day or whatever. There were all these protests, and but for George Floyd, I watched those protests, and I mean, I was watching the live video feed of the people who filled a van full of gasoline and then put a brick on the accelerator and drove it into the police station. I mean, hello. That's what and it just keeps on developing. And people, I feel like
it's the wild,
people
wild
in this
West.
country are getting radicalized, and we have terrorist organizations that live within our borders, but now they're homegrown. We're starting to have homegrown terrorists around here. That is not okay.
No.
But I think, look, like I said, I'm not going to get into a political conversation. I think the Attorney General, Pam Bondi, that's in office right now, she's, if allowed, she's going to clean this shit up because she's a sharp character.
Well, there you go.
So, like I said, regardless of the political specter, I'm saying Pam Bondi, she's a stud. And she will, she'll take care of business. And I mean, I know the only thing people have bad to say about her right now is they want her to release the Epstein list. I mean, they're I don't know what the story is behind that. I
Well,
really
I mean,
really could give two shits.
Well,
but
at this point, the UK let go of their ambassador to the. I don't know. I think it was the ambassador to the United States because they were connected through Jeffrey Epstein.
yeah, there. I think I heard something about that. But
Once again,
and there
they're
was
just
some talk
cleaning it
about
up.
Clinton and maybe Trump. I don't know. And quite frankly,
It's
who
just
gives a crap?
exhausting at
But
this
I can
point.
just tell you, there's a lot of people out there that care about it. I ain't one of them. I don't think Gina is either. Moving right along. We got the NFL this weekend.
Woohoo! Super Bowl rematch
That's right.
minus their Phillies tight end number 1.
It looks like that is the game of the week, I think.
Oh yeah, we're playing the Jets.
Yeah, game of the week. We're going to discuss it. We've got the Eagles and the Chiefs. Week 1, the Chiefs took a dump. I don't know. I didn't watch the game, but they lost.
Yeah, they did.
The Eagles won a close one. The Eagles are without their star tight end, Dallas Goedert, so it looks like they're going to be feeding a little bit more stuff down the field to Devontae Smith and what's that other joker's name there? AJ Brown. So
They got a pretty solid team.
yeah,
now.
they got a good
and
team.
they got Jalen Hurts, who's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
Not gonna lie.
I heard. I don't know what the truth is behind this, but I think they may have benched Tua time Tagovailoa.
I hope they have because honestly,
It was just because he did bad. I mean, it wasn't. I mean,
no, but like he.
And then they've got. I think they're starting Zach Wilson.
Oh,
Yeah, the old man that made the attempt with the Jets. Speaking of the Jets, Buffalo. Hey, let's go Buffalo. Yeah, hey, Bill.
Yes.
Shout out Bill's Mafia. Bill's Mafia has been really supportive here lately on some of our shorts. We really appreciate that. But we've got one this week with the Jets. I believe it's in the Meadowlands.
without Ed Oliver though.
Yeah, that's disappointing. He must have got hurt. He played his butt off last game. So
He certainly did, but we need him healthy as quickly as possible. So yeah, let's not play him. And the Jets, who is their quarterback now?
I'm not really sure.
Right?
Only because
I used to know so much more, and since we stopped playing fantasy football,
well,
I don't nearly. I
Aaron
don't pay
Rodgers
attention.
was their quarterback last year, but
Now
he's
he's at
now
the
in Pitts.
Steelers.
He's at the Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
He did win his game. I think this guy thinks he's going to put a Superman cape on and win a Super Bowl with the Steelers. I don't see it happening.
Nope.
But Gina, let me ask. So, what's your prediction? Eagles, Chiefs, score.
Well, I would say
I think it's going to be a high-scoring affair.
I would like to say the Eagles are going to win. I would like to do that.
Yeah, you can say that. This is the Lowcountry Unscripted. So, what about a score? What do you think?
Uh,
I'm going to take. I'll tell you what.
35 to something else. I don't know.
Okay, well, I mean, you don't need 35 to something
35
else.
to
There you go, Lowcountry.
27.
Okay, I'm going with the Eagles. Eagles, you're going to win this one 34-32. I think it's going to come down to the end. Eagles are going to kick a field goal and put them up by 2. And I think that Patrick Mahomes is going to fall flat on his face trying to.
No one's going to have a game like the Bills did last week.
And
no one's going to kick a field goal the way that Matt Prather did.
no.
Not like that anyway.
Look at last week, Josh Allen had 278 yards in the fourth quarter, which was more than 22 other quarterbacks had in the entire game that week in the league. That's impressive. So,
And he just keeps breaking records because he's like Superman.
He's wearing the gold patch, the gold NFL patch on the jersey this year. I don't know if that's something new that they have started.
It is.
But so it's the first year of it.
I believe so.
Oh yeah, so congratulations, Josh, on being the first to wear the gold NFL emblem on your jersey.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, listen, the guy is a true MVP. He really is.
100%. You know, I'm never going to disclaim that.
I'm going to take Buffalo 42-28. Go
Yeah.
Bills.
Go Bills.
Yeah, you got a prediction? I know you're going to pick the Bills, but you got a score?
Uh,
I don't think we shut them out.
39-10.
Okay, great. Glad you could come up with those numbers.
I don't know.
Hey,
I
look,
don't do well at that.
And then, yeah, so moving along from the NFL, 5 days to divest or ban. The Treasury is going to meet in Beijing with China. Or they're going to meet in Madrid. My mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the Treasury and the head states of Beijing, they're
going to meet the Chinese VP.
Yeah, and I guess the discussions are going to linger somewhat around the TikTok ban, which is looming September 17th. So we're looking, what was that, 4 days?
Something like that.
5 days?
Yeah.
4 days?
Yep.
So, I mean, I don't know how, look, there's a lot of people, of course, that are upset about this. But I checked the news on this a couple hours ago, and there really wasn't much. And that's because the last time this came about, January, I think it was January 8th was the deadline, and Trump was like, "I don't think so, not right now. We're gonna let TikTok go on. We're gonna shut CapCut down for a week, but TikTok, you are wide open, but you have to be purchased by Build America, Buy American, or you're out."
I think everybody who was like making money off TikTok at that point, like, was prepared to, like.
Well, it wasn't just that. There were people that were actually, in tears. Like,
They're like, we're not gonna have a platform anymore. Blah blah blah.
Well, they were just like, if you take TikTok down, I'm gonna kill myself. People were like threatening to commit suicide, like leave the country, all that kind of stuff. I don't hear it this time. I don't know how serious our government is gonna be about taking TikTok down, because I'm sure that they are benefiting from TikTok services. I think eventually ByteDance, who owns TikTok and owns CapCut, some wealthy American billionaire will take it over. It's the most, right now with the younger generation, I can tell you this. I'm mainly on YouTube. I've just started with TikTok. When I put like hashtags from YouTube's been along, YouTube, nothing ever goes away. Anyways, the hashtags have like 2 to 3 times the amount of tags on TikTok. It's unbelievable. So anyways, I know that Lowcountry, you probably could give 2 shits less, but there are some people out there who are content creators like myself who the last time this happened, back in January, freaked because I had CapCut and it went dark for a week, which made me go out and get the Adobe Creative Cloud. And then after like 3 months, I found out I was paying $125 a month for that piece of garbage. So that's out. And there's really not, I like CapCut. It's easy to use. It is the easiest to use out of all of them. I'm going to have to learn a new program if they black that out again. And to that, I'm not excited.
Right.
So, because that's never a good thing. But for all the creators out there, the influencers, listen, there are some people like myself that earn a living off of social medias, off of digital marketing, off of clients that come to me to
get guidance.
Yeah, to gather their data, to gather their digital, videos and talking heads, and so we got people that are interested in podcasting in our studio. That's why we built it in the first place. And so very shortly we'll be coming out with a press release. That the studio's open. Lowcountry, you know that. But the studio is also open to anybody who wants to come in and record in it. Client testimonials. Or even if it's just if you don't own a business and you want to start a podcast for whatever you have picked your niche to be, like a licking pod or licking stamps podcast or something.
Awesome.
Stamp collecting, rock collecting, I don't know. Pinning up butterflies. I heard some interesting new podcasts that people are doing.
Nope.
There's a new podcast on sharks out there. I contacted that guy and said you might want to get a hold of Captain Chip Michaelov. He's going to be on the show soon. So look, there's a lot of us out there that, hey, Chip has like 600 and some odd 100,000 TikTok followers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hello, that is an unbelievable number.
People like sharks.
Yeah, his subject matter is viral. But I mean, look at all these. I mean, there are people that make a living, and I'm not saying like TikTok does not. Their monetization schedule, they don't pay much.
Mm-hmm.
They don't pay as much as like YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. But I mean, taking that down, it's going to hit some people in the pocket for sure.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, right now, I mean, it's a very popular platform. Anyways, we just wanted to put that out there. Let us know in the comments, Lowcountry, what you guys think about TikTok. Do you use TikTok? Do you like TikTok? Are you going to be pissed if TikTok gets banned? I'm not going to be totally pissed if TikTok gets banned. It's going to hurt a little bit because it's a great way for businesses to market. But I will be really pissed off if CapCut goes black.
Right.
Because that's going to take me out of commission for a week to learn a new platform. And the other platforms I know, they are not user friendly. Even the ones you can pay for. You got to be I'm not a rocket scientist when it comes to this shit, but so
shall we talk about some
let's talk about what's going on next
on?
Week. Yeah, some events.
We have some upcoming events like the Savannah Jazz Festival. It's the 44th annual Savannah Jazz Festival from Friday through Sunday, the 19th through the 21st of September at Forsyth Park. It's free. 3 days in the park, and they say that tens of thousands of people go to this festival. So it's going to be a lot of people.
Cool. Yeah. Hilton Head Island's got the Shrimp Festival coming up Saturday, September 20th, 1 to 4 p.m. That's in the Harbor Town, the lawn.
Mm-hmm.
So there's going to be like 15, 16 breweries there, some live sets.
Island Jam performers.
Yeah, from Island Jam performers. Is that that's separate from the Island Jam that we're talking about, right?
That is correct.
Okay.
The Island Jam Songwriters Festival of Hilton Head is also the Thursday through Sunday, which is September 18th through the 21st. So it's really like a musical weekend. Lots of things going on. Nashville hitmakers across dozens of sets, like at the Liberty Oaks, Celebration Park, the Big Bamboo, Jazz Corner. Lots of fun stuff, actually.
Yeah, and down in Savannah, we've got a Tattoo Arts Festival. That's going on September 19th through the 21st.
Go ahead. Go get yourself a walk-up tattoo.
Yeah, just walk up and I don't know.
I would do it. I would have to look at their stuff first, but I'd be like, cool.
But would you have to go with what they've got on their menu? Or can you be like, walk up to them and have a picture and be like, let's do this? I don't know. I just don't think that's...
My guess is that tattoo artists, they probably, like, if you like what you see and they have the ability to do it, they'll show you what they've done in the past. If you want something that's similar, they probably could do it. You have to have trust in a tattoo artist.
Yeah. So Lowcountry, if you're thinking about that, like again, that is September 19th through the 21st at the Convention Center. So that is Friday through Sunday next weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So that is great. Gina, this next one's for you, the Wormslow. She loves this. She was been wanting to go down to the Wormslow Historic Site. But they are having a half marathon and a 10K Saturday, September 20th. That's going to be at 7:30 in the morning. And
I am most definitely not doing a 10K.
Yeah, it looks like there was a lottery for it and it sold out. Is that what I see?
I see that, yeah.
Yeah, sold out lottery. So if you wanted to go there, newsflash, you're not going to be able to. So maybe you can go watch it because the Wormslow Historic Site is beautiful. I have not been there. I've only seen pictures. But I do want to go down there, and I want to take videos and photograph and put them up here on the podcast and B-roll stuff. We want to showcase the Lowcountry, and that's at the southern boundary there of our Lowcountry, I
It's just
believe.
really pretty.
Yeah.
Very, very, very pretty venue.
Yeah, so that'll be neat. And we have another 5K coming up, Children's Dash. This is for autism awareness. This is Ignite the Senses of Autism Awareness, a 5K. And that's happening, looks like 501 Buckwalter Place.
Yep.
That's going to
Lowcountry
be
Community Church.
Saturday, September 20th, 8 to 10 a.m. So right here in Bluffton, some local right there at the church.
And if you're going to go to a farmer's market, as everybody knows, Bluffton has their weekly farmer's market on Thursdays in Old Town Bluffton.
Have you ever been to that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I haven't been. I do. When did you go when we lived in Bluffton?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Of course. Thank you for that.
Sure. Yeah. And there's also
it's
one
always from 12 to 4, and it's on. It's right on Boundary Street. And then if you're going to go to the Jazz Festival next Saturday, you might as well go early to Forsyth Farmers Market because it's right there where the Jazz Festival is happening. So there's a whole day right there for you. And there's also the Charleston's Farmers Market, which is also on Saturdays. And that's from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Right. And that's in Marion Square in Charleston. So that's the that's the rundown of what is going on. Can you think of anything else that's going on? I want to say, wasn't there some more stuff? I know coming up, and I do want to make mention of this. We got some. We had a listener send us a message coming up in October. The Hilton Head Island is going to hold host to the Hilton Head Regatta.
Oh yes,
which is a sailboat race. And so we want to make mention of that. I'm going to make an attempt to get some more information about this, but it is, I believe it's a sanctioned race event, which is really cool. It's going to bring hopefully a fair amount of spectators. It's going to be held at Coligny, and it's sometime in the latter part of October. So either the 3rd or 4th weekend in October. So that's exciting. I don't believe there's any, I don't know if there's a charge to get in, but I wouldn't mind going and.
Have you ever been on a sailboat?
Yeah, you and I were on a sailboat together. Remember, I almost drowned when we were on a sailboat.
No. I mean like a real sailboat, not just like that was like the snorkeling
Right,
boat.
It was a catamaran. That's what they race out there too. But this is, they're different. No, I've never been on.
Have you been on a real sailboat before?
The ones these guys are on?
Yeah.
No, have you?
Yeah.
A 2-person of the racing ones?
Not a 2-person
one. Well,
like
that's
an
what they're
actual
doing out
one.
there.
I took a class in community college.
Look, I'm not talking about the ones where I'm not talking about the
big sailboat.
I'm not talking about the Mayflower kind of sailboat.
Mayflower.
These guys are out there.
I've been on that boat too.
I don't think there's anywhere to sit, but on the catamaran, the little. I mean, these are real races. I mean,
pretty cool.
Yeah. So hopefully, so if they have a windy day, I'm sure it's gonna be great for them. It's gonna suck for me because I can't launch the drone and take fantastic videos to bring back, show the Lowcountry. But anyways, I did want to make mention of that. I'm going to get some more information from the individual that contacted me. Maybe we can even get him on the podcast. He's really devoted into this. He lives here on the island, so I'm going to reach out to him. And if you're watching this, get back in touch with me. We need to hear from you. So aside from that, that's what's going on around the Lowcountry.
It's true.
Yeah.
That is what's going on. We had a pretty busy week of stuff going on.
Yeah, so coming up tomorrow, we are filming. I know this interview is going to be special with Holly Hammett because, listen, Lowcountry, she was born and raised here. I have a little bit of her story with me, which is she grew up on a houseboat.
I do remember that.
I think is like in Palmetto Bay Marina. I think that is really interesting. Just in and of itself, that she grew up in this area living on a houseboat in Palmetto Bay Marina. So I want to hear more about that. If you want to check out Holly Hammett, she's at Holly's Beach Club. She is on ourgenerationradio.com. And I know she'll be excited for you to check her out. We've checked her out. Her music is really good.
It is. She has good musical taste for sure.
Yeah, and she's fantastic. She's a fantastic person to listen to. She's a storyteller.
Yep.
She is the epitome of what we're looking for on this show. So look forward to that, Lowcountry. I'm going to get that one right out like Sunday. So
yep.
Yeah,
We're going to have a good time, everybody.
that's right. And coming up too, we've got Corey Tate from Corey Tate Music. He's going to be joining us on the podcast. Shannon Tanner.
Yep, Shannon Tanner.
Shannon Tanner, you need to get a hold of me. We're going to have you on the podcast. Greg Russell, the season's over with. Chip Larkby, that's going to be a fun one to have Chipper in the studio. Chip Larkby, you're going to be hearing from me because the kids are back in school, and Chip said, when the kids go back to school, I'm a player. So, I'm really excited about that one because for those of you who do not know Chip Larkby,
Why
listen,
not?
this guy is a multiple trick pony. He used to
character.
he used to race motorcycles like crotch rockets. He is about he's not going to call himself this, but he's one of those professional cyclists, but he rides on the roads with care. I don't believe he does it anymore, and he is a drummer in I don't know how many bands.
He sold us this house.
Yeah, he's a realtor.
Yeah.
So it's going to be neat to have Chip on the show. He's got tons of stories about the Lowcountry. He's an exciting guest. We're excited to have him.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to have Chipper here.
So there's the rundown, and we're just having so much fun with this. So Lowcountry, you keep dreaming, keep building, and keep writing your story just like everybody you see here on this podcast. And we'll see you next time on Lowcountry's Unscripted After Dark.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye, Lowcountry. Have a good one.